Hello everyone, and thank you for checking out today's video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Chris, and this channel we look at all kinds of outdoor apparel, and I tell you everything I can about each individual piece that I review. I don't do my videos on top of a mountain, while skiing down, so you can see what it looks like when I'm wearing it, skiing down a hill. That's not what I do. My videos are to provide you with as much information about these jackets, pants, boots, backpacks, base layers, perhaps even sunglasses, whatever I'm reviewing that day. I want to give you as much information about it as I can so that you fully understand what the piece is all about, what you're buying, what you're paying for, and hopefully it's going to be good to help you decide whether or not it's a piece that's right for you and your own uses. Okay? So I also have a website called meandmyjackets.com where we look at what to wear when we're outdoors doing things like hiking, trekking, climbing, skiing, snowboarding, even camping, fishing, or sailing. Lots of cool information there, so I really appreciate all your support. Take some time, subscribe to the channel if you're into this stuff. I have well over 300 videos right now, all broken down into playlists and different categories to help you find things easier. All right, so anyway, thank you very much. Today's video, we're doing something really cool. This is a brand new piece from a company that I am just learning about. This is Ortovox. This particular jacket is the Piz Boe Jacket. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Very cool. So this is basically a jacket that uses Swisswool insulation. Ortovox is known to be a wool company. All of their jackets, they use Swiss wool. So very, very cool stuff here. So there's definitely some advantages and maybe a few disadvantages to wool, but I think the advantages outweigh any disadvantages, for using wool insulation. It's actually a very nice piece. Now, not too long ago, I did a review on a jacket from Mountain Equipment called the Andola. And that jacket uses a wool insulation as well. And that was the first jacket that I have tested. I mean, I've tested a ton of jackets. That was the first one that was a wool insulation. So I gave a good background on that video all about wool. And thinking it was quite unique. And here I find another company that uses all wool insulation. So it's very cool. However, this insulation in this jacket is very different than the insulation in that Mountain Equipment jacket. So I'll talk about all that too here in a little bit as well. First of all, so this jacket is basically designed mostly for skiing, but it's also great for all kinds of other alpine mountain activities, hiking, trekking, perhaps even a little climbing. It is a nice lightweight jacket. The insulation in here is listed at 60 GSM. However, I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. I'm finding it a little, not confusing or nothing bad, but compared to normal synthetic insulations in jackets, they come in a sheet insulation, typically, and as they are rated, 60 grams per square meter, 80 grams per square meter, 120 grams per square meter, whatever it may be, it has to do with the loft, how thick or heavy kind of the insulation is, okay? This jacket is listed at 60 GSM. Now, I have a few other jackets upstairs in my closet that are synthetically insulated with 60 GSM insulation. And this is very deceiving because those jackets feel thicker, more loft. This insulation in here feels very thin. So I think the way that they're putting this together, it's got the weight, right, of 60 grams per square meter, but it's a thin, flatter insulation that doesn't have as much loft as, you know, the synthetic insulations do. I may be wrong, but when I feel this, there's not very much inside here. It has a little bit of fluff, a little bit of loft, but not very much. It's a very thin insulation. Now, my mountain equipment jacket, that Endola that I said uses the wool, that does have a puffy insulation inside it. That's 100 GSM. And it feels very similar to like 100 GSM of a synthetic insulation. This jacket feels much flatter. It's just a different design. This jacket is really meant for high output activities. It's a thin insulation. It's not going to be exceptionally warm. Yesterday, I had it outside. I wore it a lot yesterday. It was 40 degrees outside. It was a nice sunny day. It was 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Not particularly cold, right? But, you know, not that warm either. And I wore this outside just by itself with a t-shirt. It was comfortable. I did feel a little cool in it, but comfortably cool, okay? Let's say that. I wasn't cold. And when I was out in the sun, and you know, in the sun, like a nice sunny area, I was fine. However, this jacket is gonna shine when you're involved in a high output activity. When you are skiing, when you know you're hiking up a mountain, right? When you're generating that heat, wool insulation shines because it's very breathable, but it works very differently than synthetic insulation, or especially like a down insulation, where down insulation just traps hot air and stays hot, right? And keeps you warm the whole time, builds up that heat more and more. These jackets are designed to breathe and kind of self-regulate. So in colder weather, they will hold the heat very well. But in warmer weather, when you're doing a higher output activity, it helps keep you cooler because it can release a lot of the heat. So it works really, really well in a wider range of temperatures. That's an advantage of wool. But it's definitely designed for higher output activities where the breathability is important. And if this is basically a mid layer, you're going to be wearing this underneath perhaps a soft shell or a hard shell. When you put that on top of this and you're doing all those activities, this jacket's going to feel a lot warmer. Okay? Now, in this insulated lineup that Ortovox has, this Piz lineup, this is the lightest insulated jacket at 60 GSM. They also have one that's like 70. They have one that's 90 GSM. They have one that's a combination of 90 GSM and 60 GSM mapped in different areas. So definitely there's some different choices here. Overall, I think, you know, they're going to be very similar in use. So some of the features here with this jacket, this is really nice. I am 6'2", 215 pounds. This is a size extra large. It is definitely a trimmer fit, okay? It's an athletic fit. It's definitely, you know, going to be for a trim fit. And I gotta say, I had a comment, I kind of had to laugh. I was talking about, I did another video on the Aureus jacket from Mountain Equipment, which fits me very similar to this. It's a very trim fitting jacket. And I was saying how, you know, I'm kind of on that borderline between, you know, should I size up and get something bigger? If I keep this, you know, or that one, I can't layer underneath it. It's just a super trim fit. And one of my viewers pointed out that, you know, hey, we're getting a little bit older. We're not as trim as we used to be, right? And you know, a lot of the people who are climbing, right, climbers, are very trim, right? And as you get older, you start going, right? So that's where I am. It's good incentive to lose some weight. But for those of you who have a little extra around your waist, yeah, it's a trim fitting jacket, so be aware of it. So yeah, just a little funny thing here. But anyway, a nice trim fit. For me, wearing a fleece or something underneath this is going to be getting kind of tight. Stand alone, it fits me pretty nicely. I'm not too concerned of it being too tight. I do have a little bit of room in here, but not much, okay? But it's like perfect for me. Now, that being said, it is built really well. It is designed really well. I have plenty of movement here. Nothing is really stretching and pulling. You know, it all fits me really well. The jacket itself does not have any pockets here on the sides for your hands. It just has two higher pockets up here, one a little bit larger than the other. They are nice pockets. I can open up this jacket. I'll show you they are both mesh lined on the inside. So in here we do have a nice mesh lining, so it gives a little extra breathability if you open up your pockets. The design of these pockets is up higher simply because if you are wearing a backpack, they're going to be easier to access. You know, you don't have the strap across the bottom here where your other hand pockets would be. Perhaps if you're climbing, okay, you're wearing a harness, you're going to have a nice higher pockets up here as well, up on the chest. So two different size pockets, okay? This one here is a little bit larger than this one. Very cool. The material here is a Pertex Quantum material on the outside. It's a nice durable material. It is wind resistant, very highly wind resistant. And it is also has a PFC free DWR coating, so it will repel some light moisture as well. If you're using this for skiing, you get some snow spray on here, not a problem. A light rain, a light drizzle, not a problem. If it's pouring rain, you're gonna get wet. But the wool insulation in here will still keep you warm if it gets wet. So that's a really nice touch. Now, while I'm back on there, with the wool insulation, there's a couple things as well that you need to know. One is, yes, it will keep you warm if it gets wet. It's very breathable. However, it's going to take a little more time to dry. I find, I've read that the wool insulation can absorb more moisture without feeling wet than some other synthetic insulations can. But if it does get wet and soaked, it's going to take a little more time to dry out. Now, also, washing this jacket, okay, you need to wash this with a specific detergent for wool. Not a big deal, right? I mean, you just go to the store and you buy a little bottle of wool detergent. Not a biggie. Just you have to be aware of it, that with wool insulation, you got to use a different type of detergent. Now, also, you don't want to throw this in the dryer. You're going to wash this piece with your wool detergent on a gentle cycle, and when it's done, you're going to take it out of the washing machine and you're going to hang it to dry. The cuffs here on the sleeves have a nice stretch band around the outside here, and it kind of goes up into the sleeve here a little bit just to give you a little extra stretch and versatility. Plain and simple. This is a really lightweight jacket. This is meant to get packed up in your backpack if you need it. A small, lightweight, packable jacket. As I mentioned, it does have the mesh pockets here. Now, there are not pockets on the inside of the jacket. There are no pockets. It only has these two on the outside. Again, lightweight, simple, right? Less pockets, less bulk, less weight. The zipper on here is really nice. They do have nice zipper pulls all around here on the jacket. Just a little note, be careful that you don't keep your zipper here, your main zipper, right in line with the other three, because a couple times now I've gone to take the jacket off and I grab a zipper and I'm grabbing the wrong one, right? Because you got 3 in a row here. So I'm unzipping my pocket rather than unzipping the jacket. But if you keep it zipped up a little higher, then it's not an issue. You know there's only one there. Yeah, now the hood. Nice hood on this. It is not a big helmet compatible hood. There is some room inside of it though. If you're wearing like a small beanie, you're wearing just a hat, there is room for that. But a big helmet underneath here, I don't think is gonna fit at all. I have a helmet, I tried it, it's really tight. So I wouldn't suggest wearing a helmet with it. There are no adjustments on the hood either. It's just plain and simple, and it fits nicely, okay? It has a nice brim here in the front that extends out a little bit further. I think this is a new addition to this jacket for this model year, because on the Ortovox website, they have another Piz Boe Jacket on there that says out of stock, and it shows the hood with just an elastic band around the front. This one has a nice little brim on the front of it instead, and I like this better actually, okay? It does have, it's nice and soft here in the front. What I do like about this, when we zip this up, is it does come up and cover my chin nicely. It's nice and soft. It's a nice silky material here in the front, so it's very comfortable. Let me pull this back up again because I want to show you. Okay, so it pulls up nice and it comes up over my chin, very comfortable, so that, you know, it's not like sticking me in the bottom. Sometimes I have jackets that I zip up and it sticks me underneath my chin here and it gets quite annoying. This is very comfortable. It comes around the side. What I kind of like about this one is the fact that it seals nicely around your chin here and around your neck, but it's not tight, at least on me. I have some room, so I have no problem raising my head up and down, and it's not sticking me. My chin has room inside here, you know, to move around and look around and not have this thing like sticking and, you know, grabbing me. So I kind of like that. I've been more and more aware of that lately on jackets. Anyway, just pointing it out. The bottom of the jacket here just has an elastic stretch band all around the bottom of the jacket. There are no pulls, there are no strings, there's nothing. Again, simple, lightweight, but this works. This is just enough that it really kind of seals up around you. And it's going to keep any of that cold air out. So overall, this is a really, really nice jacket. I am really impressed. This is the first piece that I've gotten from Ortovox. I really hope to do a lot more here in the near future. Really nice jacket. Definitely very comfortable. It has a nice, nice, soft, silky lining here, like on the inside. Now, one other feature here on this jacket I want to show you is it does have a couple fleece panels under the arms. All right, so let me actually take this off. Under the arms, and then it goes into the back of the jacket a bit as well. So if I hold this up, you can see here under the arm, this is, I call it like a fleece panel, but it is wool. It is a wool panel underneath here, under the arms, and it goes down the sides here somewhat, okay, to add not only stretch, but that breathability. So it's going to be warm, but it's going to be breathable, and it's going to add some stretch into the jacket. Now that panel is kind of cool because on the back of the jacket, it might be hard to see, the back of the jacket, it actually comes all around into the back more on both sides. You know, I see better in the picture here. So definitely it's going to add some nice breathability into this jacket overall. Okay. Yeah, really nice. I'm definitely impressed by this. It's a great company. This company actually really specializes in mountain safety equipment, like avalanche transponders. They have backpacks that have airbags in them, you know, to help protect you and stuff in avalanches, and really, really cool stuff. They're out of Germany, and they source all of their wool from Switzerland. So wool is also a great insulation for the environment, as it's biodegradable. It's not going to last forever in a landfill. It is biodegradable. It is sustainable. It's ethically sourced. They have, you know, their farms that are not far away. The wool is actually farmed in Switzerland. It's then shipped to Belgium, where it's processed, cleaned, washed, and then it's shipped back to Ortovox, where they manufacture the jackets and, you know, put it all together. So it's a very cool process, and it's a great insulation. All right, so that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. I hope that gave you a good idea of this jacket. I really like it. This is a really super nice jacket. I like its fit. It fits me really nicely. It's going to be warm. It's going to be very adaptable. Now, I didn't bring down any layers to put underneath it, only simply because I don't really think I can fit too much underneath it. I don't think I'm going to be using it that way. Perhaps if you want to wear layers underneath it, you might want to size up a little bit. Unless you're really super trim, you might be able to put a layer underneath it, like a nice light fleece layer or something. It is meant to go under a shell, soft shell, hard shell. Definitely beautiful on top of this. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you liked the video. Hope it gave you some good information. And, you know, if so, you know, hit the little thumbs up, the like button. I really appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel. Take some time, take a look around. There's a lot here for you guys. And, yeah, I have the little Buy Me a Coffee page, too, where you can go on and, you know, say thank you and buy me a little coffee. And I even have memberships there where we offer, you know, extra rewards and special options and things that, you know, more videos and pictures and more information on all these pieces. So thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you back soon. Have a great day and enjoy being outdoors. Take care. Bye.